There's a moment, somewhere after 60, when you start to notice things you never paid attention to before. Your legs feel heavier after the same walk you've done for years. Your hands get colder, even on mild days. And sometimes, in quiet moments, you realize the spark that once came so easily in your energy, your focus, even your connection with someone you love feels a little dimmer. It's easy to believe this is just what aging is supposed to be, that your body is winding down and there's nothing to do but accept it. But that's not the full story. Often, it's not about getting old at all. It's about the way our circulation naturally slows, quietly reducing the nourishment and oxygen reaching every cell. And while that can sound discouraging, here's the truth. Your body is still capable of change. Even after 60, it remembers how to flow, how to restore, and how to feel alive again. Sometimes it only needs the simplest of tools to remember. Today we're going to talk about 4 everyday fruits found in almost any grocery store that can work with your body's own rhythm to support healthy circulation and restore vitality. Not as a quick fix, not as a miracle, but as a gentle, natural addition to the life you already live. If this message speaks to something you've been quietly living with, I invite you to stay with me until the end, because what you'll hear today might bring the relief you've been hoping for. And before we dive in, I'd be truly honored if you'd take a moment to subscribe to the channel, leave a like if this message resonates with your journey, and share it with someone you care about. Maybe a friend from church, a longtime neighbor, someone from your walking group, or even your brother or sister. And in the comments, please tell us where you're watching from and how old you are, because you'll see you're not alone. This is a space of care, and your story matters. Now, let's begin by understanding what's really happening inside the body. As the years pass, the network of vessels carrying life-giving blood, your arteries, veins, and capillaries, can gradually lose flexibility. Imagine them as quiet rivers that once ran fast and smooth, now moving slower, their edges less defined. This doesn't happen because you've done something wrong. It's simply the nature of time, combined with years of tiny, invisible habits, many of which you may not even realize are affecting you. But here's the part I find most encouraging. These same vessels can respond when you give them the right kind of help. And some of the most effective helpers don't come in a pill bottle. They grow on vines, in orchards, and on small, unassuming trees, each carrying compounds that science now recognizes for their role in supporting blood flow, vessel health, and overall energy. The first of these helpers is something you may have enjoyed your whole life without knowing its deeper power. Red grapes, small, sweet, and so familiar, carry within their thin skins a compound that has been quietly studied for decades, resveratrol. You don't need to remember the name to understand its effect. Think of it as a gentle guardian for your blood vessels, helping them stay supple and responsive instead of stiff and tired. When vessels can expand and contract with ease, blood moves more freely, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every part of you, your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, even those areas of life that thrive on healthy circulation and warmth. Many people notice it first not in dramatic changes, but in small moments. Legs that feel lighter after a walk, hands that warm more quickly on a cool morning, a mind that feels clearer in conversation. This isn't magic, it's your body responding to the building blocks it's been missing often for years. And while wine is sometimes mentioned when people talk about grapes, it's the fresh fruit or pure juice that delivers this benefit without the drawbacks. Consistency matters more than quantity. A small handful with your lunch or a small glass of juice with breakfast is enough to keep that support steady. The next fruit is sharper, brighter, and often associated with a completely different part of the body, the urinary tract. Cranberries have earned their place in folklore and science for supporting comfort in that area. But what often goes unnoticed is how their unique compounds, called proanthocyanidins, also support the very same inner lining of your blood vessels. These compounds act almost like a shield, protecting delicate vessel walls from the quiet damage caused by inflammation over time. And when inflammation eases, blood flows more freely. More flow means more energy, a steadier mood, and a greater capacity to engage with the people and activities that bring joy. Some people notice that alongside better comfort in daily life, their endurance in small physical tasks improves. Others describe an unexpected lift in mood, a lightness they didn't realize they'd lost. But perhaps the most precious change is the one you can't measure, the return of a feeling that you are fully present, not held back by discomfort or fatigue. A simple daily practice might be a splash of pure cranberry juice in water, or a small handful of unsweetened dried berries added to your morning oatmeal. What matters is that it becomes part of your rhythm, a quiet act of care that compounds over time. When you give your body what it quietly needs, it has a way of giving back. And sometimes the change comes not in a rush, but in a gradual awakening, the kind you barely notice until one day you realize you've been moving through your day with more ease, more warmth, and more connection. Pomegranate, a fruit so striking it looks like it was designed to hold something precious. And in a way, it does. Within those jewel-like seeds are powerful antioxidants that act like a protective coating for your blood vessels. Over the years, a slow process called oxidative stress can quietly wear down the smooth, flexible lining of your arteries. You can think of it like rust on metal pipes, not something you see or feel right away, but over time, it changes the way those pathways carry water. When that oxidative rust is reduced, your circulation doesn't just improve, your entire system benefits. Blood can reach the heart more efficiently, nourish the brain more fully, and flow to muscles and skin with a renewed vitality. Some people notice their afternoon fatigue lifting, others find their focus sharper, and many quietly enjoy the return of warmth and responsiveness in parts of life that feel most personal. Pomegranate's richness isn't about quantity. A small glass of pure juice or a generous spoonful of seeds is enough to keep this protective effect in motion. And just like the other fruits, it's not about replacing your medical care, but enhancing it in a way that works with your body's natural wisdom. The final fruit may surprise you, because its most famous gift isn't directly about circulation at all. It's about sleep. Tart cherries are one of the rare foods that naturally contain melatonin, the hormone your body uses to regulate its sleep-wake cycle. As we age, melatonin production can decrease, leaving sleep lighter and less restorative. Better sleep is more than just rest. It's during deep sleep that your body repairs tissues, balances hormones, and supports the very systems that keep you active and engaged. Without it, even the best diet and exercise can feel like they're falling short. For many, adding tart cherry juice to the evening routine, perhaps an hour or two before bed, helps the body find its rhythm again. And when sleep improves, energy follows, mood lifts, patience grows, and physical connection, so often tied to feeling rested and present, can return in ways that feel both gentle and profound. These four fruits may be simple, but together they can form a quiet daily act of care that supports your circulation, your energy, and your overall sense of vitality. And what's most beautiful is that they do it without forcing your body. They work alongside it in harmony. The beauty of these four fruits is not only in their benefits, but in how naturally they can fit into the life you already live. You don't need to overhaul your diet or chase exotic ingredients. The power is in steady, small moments that add up over time. For red grapes, it might be as simple as keeping a small bunch in the fridge, ready to pair with your lunch or as a mid-afternoon snack. Their sweetness can replace a processed treat, offering your body something nourishing while still feeling indulgent. Cranberries, with their sharp, bright flavor, can be mixed into sparkling water for a refreshing drink or sprinkled over morning oatmeal. If you use dried cranberries, choosing the unsweetened kind keeps them as close to their natural state as possible, letting their protective compounds do their quiet work. Pomegranate seeds can be tossed over a salad, stirred into yogurt, or enjoyed on their own by the spoonful. Their vibrant color and burst of flavor make them feel special, even in the simplest meal. And when fresh pomegranates aren't in season, a small glass of pure juice, free from added sugars, can be just as powerful. Tart cherries, perhaps the most comforting of them all, can be part of a gentle evening ritual. Pour a small glass of juice, take it somewhere quiet, and let it signal to your body that rest is on the way. Over time, this simple cue can become as much a part of your sleep as the darkness itself. The key to all of this isn't volume or force, it's rhythm. Your body thrives on patterns, on knowing it will receive what it needs day after day. That's when the deeper changes begin to show: the warmth in your hands, the ease in your legs, the clarity in your thoughts. You may not notice it all at once, but one day, without planning it, you'll realize you've walked farther without thinking about it. You've stayed up, talking with someone you love, without feeling tired halfway through. You've laughed deeply, without the weight of fatigue pulling you back. This is the way natural support works: quietly, respectfully, and in partnership with the life you already have. The changes you may feel from these fruits don't arrive in a rush. They move at the pace of your body's own renewal, a pace that is wise, deliberate, and built for the long term. For some, the first signs might appear within a few weeks. A little more energy in the afternoons, a warmer feeling in the hands and feet, a more restful night's sleep. For others, it may take longer. Both are perfectly normal. Think of it this way: every day you give your body something it can use to heal, protect, or restore, you're adding to a quiet reserve of strength. Over time, that reserve becomes the difference between feeling like you're getting through the day and feeling like you're living it. It's important to remember that natural approaches don't stand in opposition to medical care. They work best alongside it. The guidance of your healthcare provider is still the foundation, especially if you're managing conditions like high blood pressure, heart concerns, or sleep difficulties. These fruits aren't here to replace that care, but to join it, each contributing to the greater whole of your well-being. What matters most is the way these small choices weave themselves into your daily life. They're not just about nutrients. They're about moments of connection, peeling a pomegranate together, sharing grapes on a walk, preparing a glass of tart cherry juice before bed. They become rituals that remind you your body is worth caring for, that you still have more life to feel, to give, to enjoy. If this story touched something deep in you, a longing for more energy, more warmth, more presence, thank you for staying until the end. It means more than you know. If you found value here, I'd be honored if you'd subscribe, leave a like, and share this with someone in your life. Maybe your sister, your neighbor, someone from your church, or an old friend who might need to hear that feeling better is still possible. And please, tell us in the comments, have you ever tried any of these fruits regularly? What did you notice? What are you still searching for? We read every word because this is a space for real stories, and yours matters. And if there's a topic you'd like us to explore next, let us know. We're here to serve you. You're not too old. It's not too late. Your body still remembers how to thrive. It just needs your help to begin.